Today we're going over the question I get asked the absolute most when talking about MLB the Show, and that is, what are the best players to use at every position? I try to make these videos every 3 to 4 weeks because the meta is constantly changing. There's constantly new players that are in and out of who are the best guys. We just got a brand new promo that dropped that had about 40 players in it. So now we're gonna go look at my team right now. We'll say this straight off the bat. I don't think I have the best team in the game. Actually, I know I don't have the best team in the game, but we're still gonna go over every good player that you should have in this game, as well as a few budget options. So first off, going over, obviously, again, I have a few missing pieces. I have a few optional pieces. Like, realistically, Dick Allen probably isn't the best first baseman in the game, but I have him in there. Ted Simmons, you can argue a few other people in there. We're gonna go over each player by position. There's only the position players, by the way, so if you want to see pictures, make sure to leave a like, make sure to drop a comment down below that you want to see the pictures, as well as comment one player you guys are using that might not be a full meta player, but you guys are really enjoying, because I have a few of those even in here. Obviously, let's start in the outfield. I think Jose Bautista, it's not really arguable that he's the best right fielder in the game. He's collection reward. Obviously, again, you look at his stats, it is 114 and then 125s like everywhere. So with 99 arms, 74 speed is enough to get the job done. He's 75. He's about to get P5 on my squad as well. The other options I would say that you could use in right field, honestly, are not right fielders. There's not a ton of right fielders in this game that I really like right now. So I'm not really going to be using those as options. As you can see, Ken Griffey would be an option for right field, but he's a center fielder. I think Jackson Churio is a really good option. He just is more the defensive option of 97 speed out there with great clutch, and it's very, very, very good contact. Again, you get him P5. He's max contact across the board. Power is a little bit lackluster, but again, very good defensive option with some pretty good corks. I know a few people that are running him. Other players in right field that I see people run: Eric Davis, Ronald Acuna, even some people still rock Shohei. I don't think Shohei is really that meta, but again, I know some people still are using him. Maybe that's because they just spent so much on him that they want to use him. The other card options would be like a PCA for, again, defensively, and then out of position you have Cedric Mullins. He's a guy that I would definitely be considering. Again, the low accuracy for arm accuracy and then not high arm strength would be the only reason that would kind of push me away, but Cedric Mullins is one of the best swings in the game. He's undoubtedly very, very fun to use, so I wouldn't mind people, especially if you have like a Mets theme team, to use him in your right field. Center field is where it gets fun. Ken Griffey, Carlos Beltran, lockety locks. Those are like the top guys. Cedric Mullins, I think, is very, very in that conversation. O'Neal Cruz is a guy that's not meta, but I absolutely love this card. I mean, 85 speed. Again, his reaction is just horrible. So you probably want to keep him in one of the corners. Again, like, you could put him in right field as well, but his contact, I mean, he's 125 everywhere but contact left. It is nuts. He hits the ball amazing. I've used him in what? 132 plate appearances. He's batting 460 for me. He is absolutely nuts. Byron Buxton, very similar thing. Michael Harris is amazing as well if you want to use him in one of the corners. This card came out. Everyone loves his swing. Good corks, good speed, great fielding as well. Or Cheerio, you can put in center field along with that. Cody Bellinger, I know a lot of people always ask me, I would prefer him at first base than I would in center field. Then we go to left field. Very similar thing. Obviously, I have Ken Griffey here. He's absolutely correct. Everybody knows this. The Jarren Duran is a really, really, really good option here in left field. So I think him as a left fielder could be another very viable option. Manny Ramirez obviously is still a very good option. And then we have all the same things that I said earlier about the out of position players. Some other options that I just don't have, but they're in the marketplace for these positions, for the outfield at least, is going to be Torrey Hunter. Solid player, nothing really too crazy, but I know a lot of people that are Twins fans have been hyping up this card just because, again, he can fill in a Twins team, and he's a very solid card all around. Eli Willits can play center field. I know some people have him there just because he has a very solid speed with good fielding, and he's a secondary center field switch hitter as well. You could use him. It's more of a budget option right now, as he's only 31K, so that could save you a lot of coin there. Outside of that, not too many options that I'm seeing that's like must have. Larry Walker is another solid option, 31K, that you could use out there in the outfield. But outside of that, I mean, some people still might rock Gary Sheffield, but my favorite lower tier card still would be Mickey. But again, I think he's just kind of getting outplayed by some of these other cards that have come out. With that being said, let's hop into the infield. I have Willie Castro. Oh yeah, well, Willie Castro could play left field. You could have him in left field. I wouldn't have him in left field over the guys that I would have, but if you don't have these guys, he could definitely go in left field. I didn't even think of that, as he is out of position. You also could put Dick Allen in left field, technically. Yeah, you could technically do that. So those would be some other options as well. Ted Williams, obviously cracked left fielder as well, but again, he kind of goes hand in hand with Jose Bautista. Willie Castro at third base is where I have him right now. This card is absolutely cracked. You could have him at anywhere in the infield. As long as it's not first base and outfield, fine. You could have him anywhere in center right field and still feel fine. I mean, this card should play on every team, period. This card, if you have him, he should play on every team. His swing is amazing. He plays way above his quirks, his attributes. He just plays so well because of his swing. 125 clutch, 125 contact left with solid contact right and power right. Again, you would like it to be higher than 103, but at this point in the game, that is fine enough when you have 125s on the opposite side. And he's a switch hitter, so he always will have platoon. 90 arm, 82 fielding, hence why I have him at third. I think it makes more sense to have him at third with his arm. Or shortstop. At second base, feels like kind of a use of a 90 arm. Plus, if you get him up to P5, he'll have 80 speed. This card looks phenomenal, and he should be on every team. Now is where we have the controversial stuff. Okay. Obviously, Ellie is not the best shortstop in the game, but he's the best budget option shortstop in the game. He gets the phenomenal animations. It's just his contact's a little bit low. Clutch is fine on 115, 99 speed, 99 arm. He makes insane plays. If you've ever seen one of my streams over on Twitch, you've seen this card do some insane defensive plays. He also hits the ball pretty well at 363 and 205 plate appearances. Great quirks all around. This card's really, really good for being free. All you have to do is grind the team affinity for him. But I don't think, like, obviously, Carlos Correa is a better option. Obviously, he's a better option. If you want to put him at shortstop or at third base, you could put him at third base as well. He'd be phenomenal there. You could literally flip this, and you'd be perfectly fine. Having these two in your fielding position could be absolutely nuts as well. 6'4", 6'5", going to be great diving animations. That's why I put him at second, is I want someone that's a little bit taller than get those crazy dive animations in the middle of the field, because the dive animations in this game are what make and break ground balls. I promise you, it's nuts. I've seen so many balls that when I had Jimmy Rollins, he couldn't get to, but guys like Ellie could, simply because he gets insane dive animation. So I want to try Carlos at second. I've yet to play a game with him, so mind you, I haven't used him here yet, but a lot of people use him there. Obviously, he's going to be phenomenal at third base. Willie, you literally could switch this and be perfectly fine as well. But at shortstop, you guys have like Jimmy Rollins. Willie Adames is fine. My favorite other guy would be Jimmy or Cattell. You could put at second base. These are the two guys that are kind of the primary guys you see at second and shortstop. I know I'm talking about shortstop, but I'm going to go in second base because Cattell is right in front of me. Cattell is obviously phenomenal second baseman with the accuracy really high, not as high of an arm, so you want him at second. His speed is a little bit low. That is kind of my only concern with him, but batting 378 for me. No problems there. Phenomenal card, switch hitter. The only thing would be his dread lag is a little bit annoying, so if you do have Xbox or PlayStation, obviously you're playing on one of those. Gut, I don't know what we're talking about, but he can have, depending on the system, have dread lag. I know some people have it, some people don't, so it really just depends on system to system. George Brett is another amazing third baseman, just came out. He's on the expensive side, but he's damn near 125 across the board contact-wise. Actually, he does have 125 across the board contact-wise, plus vision. Power-wise is 193, but his swing was normally really good last year. Obviously, he had that cracked card. Very good fielding. Definitely worth a shot to try. I probably would put him at first base over third base, just because you do have Carrera over there, but he's a very good third baseman you could also use. Mark McGwire, I am very vocal about this. I do not think this card is very good. If you have success with him, I'm happy for you, but I think this is a waste of 100K when you could just sell him and get a card like a George Brett, who's probably going to play better because Mark McGwire, has an awful swing. He literally has one of these slowest swings in the game, period. It's really hard to catch up to balls with him. If you get really good contact, it's going to go out of the park. 100%. I 100% agree with you on that, but it's really hard to do that with a bad swing. Joe Torre, I wouldn't really recommend, but he does have phenomenal contact if you're a Cardinals fan. Obviously, when we're talking about the newer cards, this Vry's card, again, I don't know if I'm saying that right, so I apologize if I'm not, but switch hitter, 100K. These two cards are, in my opinion, the best shortstops in the game. Could be the best second basemen in the game outside of Cattell if you want to do that as well. Jimmy Rollins, phenomenal across the board, solid contact, solid power. His pop is way above his power, I promise you. He pops the ball, but that's also because he's like every cork damn near outside of Dead Red. 99 fielding is amazing. 97 speed goes up to 99 once you P him up a little bit more. This card is phenomenal. Switch hitter, elite fielding, and this is just kind of the light version of him with a little bit better contact right. Again, about the same power, about the same clutch, a little bit lower fielding, a little bit lower speed. That's why he's a little bit less expensive, but both of these cards are phenomenal and should go in your lineups. I would say those are the best cards for that position. First base, you also could use Edgar Martinez. I've seen some people use him just because his contact is so high. But again, that's more if you're a Mariners fan. Outside of that, nothing really too crazy there. All right, anyway, that's the infield of like my favorite guys that are in the infield. Dick Allen's another one at third base, so you can play damn near anywhere. He's a phenomenal card. I bat literally 459 with him. He is actually so good, and he crushes lefties. As you can see at the bottom of my screen, batting average versus left-handed pitchers is 529. It's nuts, dude. He's 125 versus lefties. He is cracked. So he definitely should go on some teams as well. Nick Kurtz is another really good option at first base. Gil Hodges is another really good option at first base. You can't go wrong with either of these three. If you have any of these three, use them and you are perfectly fine. Chase Utley, I know some people use him at first base as well as Cody Bellinger. Those would be kind of the last two I would really mention for that position. At catcher, you pretty much want to be using one of these three guys: Ted Simmons, Cal Riley, or Shea Langoliers. I know every like comp player that I see or player that I've talked to, at least that are way better than I am, or people that are as good as I am. Either way, I see them rocking one of these three guys: Ted Simmons, Cal Riley, Shea Langoliers. I think Ted should be on every lineup. Him being a switch hitter with amazing pop, amazing contact. He is phenomenal. His fielding is very good. He has solid speed for a catcher, especially. Even a first baseman, he's solid speed with 72. I wouldn't play him in left field, but I would play him at first base, third base, or catcher. He's a phenomenal card, so I would rock one of those three. Shea, I would lean, is probably the best option, especially for the price, if I can see. Yeah, he is free to get. I forgot about that. So Shea's literally free, and he'll have 98 arm, 99 arm if you get him up to P4. Phenomenal fielder with catcher pop time, and he crushes lefties 125s across the board. If you get him up to P5, he'll have that 125 clutch as well with 76 speed. If you get him up two more, you can have 78 speed, which is so fast for a catcher. Jose Ramirez is another solid option you could use at third base, but again, the dread lag you will have, so just note that. And Kyle Schwarber's in my lineup, but I don't know if I would really continue to use him anywhere but DH. So if you want to use him at DH, Ted Williams at DH. Other DHs could be like a Cedric Mullins at DH. This Suarez card could really use a DH, but again, the 98 contact drives me away from him, but his 125 power is nuts. So if you wanted to use him, that would not be a bad option. Oh, Ryan Sandberg. A lot of people say they like him at second, but I've yet to use him, so I'm not going to really chime in there. Yeah, those would be the main cards. The Ryan McMahon that came out could be used if you have a Yankees theme team. And then obviously Aaron Judge is never a bad option. Or if you want to start one of these, Cal Riley or Ted Simmons, that's where I would mainly go. Those are the main options. Those are like the best guys. So if you heard any of these guys that I was talking about today in your lineups and you're questioning whether to use them or not, they're probably not a bad option to rock. The other one I really want to mention is Cool Papa Bell. Cool Papa Bell is a card I would definitely want to try out. I mean, you look at his, I wouldn't use him as a pitcher, but I would use him as a switch hitting, either first baseman or in the outfield. Reason being, he's phenomenal fielding, so he'll be fine at any of those positions. And he's a 99 speed with 99 steal. Imagine your first baseman having 99 speed. You literally have that ups your speed on your team by a ton. It's because there's no real super fast first baseman. Or if you want to put him in the field, if you don't have like a Ken or whatever, if you don't have a Ken, if you don't have a Jose, whoever, he could be a really fun option as a switch hitter with really high contact to try out. I definitely want to try him out. I know he has no corks, but if he has a good swing, this card could be a lot of fun to use. So I'm definitely going to try him out. He's 6 foot 155, real skinny boy, but we'll see if he has any pop behind him, and it'll be a really fun card to try out. Outside of that, those are the main cards I kind of am focusing on. If I missed a card that you guys really like, again, leave it in the comments below. I'm intrigued to see what your guys' thoughts are. And we'll go over the pitchers that I'm using, as well as the meta pitchers in the game in the next video as well, if you guys want to see that. With that being said, we're also doing a Madden giveaway. So if you are interested in Madden and that is a game you want to play before you leave, make sure to go subscribe to the channel that is linked down below. We're doing a Madden giveaway for Madden 26. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel. It's just Cancel NFL. This is Cancel MLB. Cancel NFL, where I'm going over MUT content. We're playing squads over there with the boys. We're doing a lot of really fun stuff over there, as well as we're giving away one copy if you comment and subscribe. It is absolutely free to enter, and you'll be in the raffle. So it'll be a lot of fun over there. So make sure to like, subscribe over here as well. Again, comment down below who you guys are using. I'm always intrigued to hear the thought process. Some of you guys have some insane names on your team that are still rocking, that are like 93s and 92s, and it's really fun to see some of your guys' batting averages with these players. But again, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.